Hey, what's up again everyone, and welcome back to another Figma review. It's definitely an undeniable fact that Max Factory makes some of the best posable figures in this particular scale range, and today I'll be looking at the new animation version of Dead Master from the anime series Black Rock Shooter. It was released on the 30th of May 2013 at a retail price of 3,800 yen. This Figma box looks absolutely awesome, and the rough checker design and the green look great. The pictures on the back of the box give you an indication of types of poses you can pull off with this figure. So all in all, the packaging looks great. So let's open this box up and have a closer look at what's inside. Like I said, the box looks cool and its aesthetics are really topped off by that awesome skull logo on the back there inside the box. And that section can be removed and attached to a DI stage for displaying your Dead Master, which we can already see looks awesome. Straight away, that awesome black and green side just stands out. We've also got 2 extra sets of hands and 2 extra faces, as well as the figure itself. So let's get it open and have a look at what's inside. First is your standard Figma instructions showing you how to switch the figure's faces and lists all the parts included in the box. In this plastic bag thing, we've got the base, 2 black metal chains, and an extra set of glasses, which to me don't seem to be any different from the one she's wearing at first glance. But now onto the main event, the figure itself. Now this figure is a lot more than just a re-release of the original Dead Master, which was released in 2010, with many differences between the two. I don't happen to own the original version, so I won't get into comparisons, but I will mention that it's a real bummer this version doesn't come with the skulls like the Nendoroid or the older Figma. This new strong bright green against black looks awesome. The green on the horns, glasses, fingertips, trim, and wings is striking and just looks fantastic. The clear veil is executed really well, but I do feel it detracts a lot from the overall look and isn't the figure's strongest point. I think it looks a lot better without it, but that's just my opinion. The default face, an expressionless stare, looks great as always with a Figma, but there are some really visible mold lines on the hair, but the hair looks good regardless. The sculpt of the dress looks good and has a very natural shape to it. There's some nice detailing on the legs and feet too. A really great looking figure. Accessories included with the figure are the awesome scythe, 2 black chains, which are made of metal, and the extra pair of glasses. Now this is what I'm talking about. This scythe looks savage. The bladed, spiky aesthetics are perfectly complemented by the awesome green and black. This, for me, was almost the sole reason I bought this figure. The black chains are made from metal, so they have a nice bit of weight to them, so they hang well when draped on the figure. And last up are the extra pair of glasses, which look the same as the other pair. Maybe they sit slightly higher or lower, or maybe they're just an extra set because they're so small and easy to lose. Up next, a quick look at the extra hands that come with the figure, which are much larger than your standard Figma hands. Dead Master's hands are skeletal and claw-like, and as well as the default pair we saw earlier, we have 3 extra pairs. An open pair of hands, a closed pair for holding the scythe, and a pair of fists. We've already seen the default face that came on the figure, so let's have a quicker look at the 2 extra faces. The first is an evil menacing stare, and the second, a meditative or trance-like expression. Replacing the hands is as simple as popping out this one, and sticking the other one in here like this. Pretty simple. And these are the default hands, which I didn't show there, but they're a widespread open hand. Swapping the faces is not as straightforward as swapping the hands. First you have to remove both of the horns and then the clear soft plastic veil. Here you can see what the figure looks like without the veil, which to me I think looks better than with the veil, and you can just attach the horns and leave the veil off if you prefer. Next you have to remove the front part of the hair, which can be a bit difficult the first time as it doesn't come off too easily, and be careful of the glasses as they can come flying off. And once you have the hair off, you can remove the face, and attach either or of the extra faces. I'll start with a sneer. Here's an example of the figure with the menacing face with both the veil and the glasses back on. And an example of the face with the closed eyes, but this time without the veil and the glasses. Now the hands. First up are the default hands, which are a pair of widespread hands. The next set are another pair of open hands, but with slightly curled fingers, which can be used as a support to hold the scythe. Next are a pair of simple fists. The last pair for holding the scythe and are a closed pair which have a softish thumb with just enough give to allow you to squeeze the scythe into them. And now let's have a look at the articulation of this figure. The head movement forward and back. Back is a little bit blocked by the veil, maybe better with it off. And side to side, which is pretty good. The arms can rotate at the shoulder pretty much all the way around. The elbow bend isn't the greatest and bends to just over 90 degrees. The hands have a bit of up and down movement to them at the wrist, due to this moving little peg here in the hand itself. There's only very little movement here at the torso, which is a little bit disappointing, not very flexible. And because of the very large dress, a lot of the leg movement is limited. But you can still get a pretty decent bend at the knees and the ankles, as well as some really nice rotation in the ankles as well. Under the dress you can see there's a joint here that supports its movement, so it can move around side to side quite a bit. On the whole, it doesn't have the greatest articulation, so you won't be getting the most dynamic poses out of it, but it's pretty good. So let's try some of the poses off the box to test it out. This looking over the shoulder pose makes good use of the widespread open hand and the default face. This is another pose off the back of the box which uses the closed eye face and the chains. While trying to accomplish this pose, I realized something. On the box it shows the chains going around her horns, around her body, they're even coming off her arms like this. But there's absolutely no way you could accomplish this with just the 2 chains that are included in the box, so it's a bit of false advertising, I guess. With this side holding pose here, it's mainly being held with the closed hand here, and the open hand with the curled fingers provides a bit of extra support. Quality wise, it's what you'd expect from Max Factory, which is probably the best you'll see in a figure of this scale and price point. That being said, there are a few things to point out here. The paint is perfect for the most part, but the green paint is a little messy on the fingers and the side, and some of the black on the feet too. But this will vary from figure to figure. As for the strength of the joints, they're all top notch for the most part, but the wrist joints can be a bit weak and can struggle to hold the weight of the side. But besides this, there's no other problems. Another awesome figure from Max Factory. When Max Factory make a figure, they definitely make it right. The figure looks awesome and the color scheme looks great. The accessories are great, especially the side, but it would have been better if they included some skulls as well with this version. The joints are all good and tight for the most part, but it doesn't impress too much articulation wise. But all in all, it's another great figure from Max Factory and I would recommend picking it up. So thank you very much for watching and make sure to like, subscribe and come back for my next Figma review.